Collectors, thrifters, and savvy shoppers, listen up. Perfectly Picked Games brings you the best board game and toy deals live every week. Join our Whatnot shows on Tuesdays and Fridays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern for limited time auctions you won't find anywhere else. First timer? Use Golden Mojo to take 10% off your first purchase. Fast deals, fun finds, and big savings on Whatnot.
Spooky chasers, hop on in the car with Golden J and take a ride down Route 66 as you explore all the haunted and abandoned places left down a road long ghosted. And you never know what hitchhiker might get picked up along the way. So buckle up as we take a haunted trip down 66.
Hello, all of my paranormal freaks out there. It is I, Golden J, and we're taking a haunted trip down 66. Hope you guys are enjoying all the content from United States Paranormal, especially the Route 66. I know there's shorter episodes, and we're just kind of hitting the highlights as we tool along, but I hope you guys are enjoying them. Don't forget to go check out our website, theunitedstatesofparanormal.com, where you can find all of your favorite TUSOP merch, including all the Tober stuff. So Camptober is still up there, boys and girls. So better go get it while it's still there, because as of the 1st, it's going away. I hope you guys liked it. I mean, Esteban does such a great job in all of the work that he does, and I'm super happy with it. So go out there, get yourself a t-shirt, a tank top, pint glass, coffee mugs. The coffee mugs, come on, man. Coffee mugs have all of the Tober stuff on it. You can't go wrong with it. Let's go check it out. Also, don't forget, we are on Patreon, patreon.com/TUSOP, where you can get all of the actual videos plus the extras we put out. We are headed down to Amarillo, man. We are going to the Amarillo Natatorium, which I am just going to refer to now as the Nat. Of course, they have a historic swimming pool and is in San Jacinto Heights I'm going to mess up Amarillo every damn time. I don't know why I want to say something different. So anyways, the Nat was constructed by engineer Arthur Ball, a salesman Felix Walker, and was designed by Guy Anton Callelander. It opened on July 14th, 1922, and was built with no roof, but one was added in 1923 to operate the pool year-round. That's right. I've seen it. It's a bizarre thing to see a swimming pool on the roof, but I've seen it, and it's pretty fucking cool. Not the Nat. Mine was... what was it? It was in New Orleans. I can't think of the name of it right at the moment, but they had a pool on the roof. I'll think of it as we go along, and maybe I'll let you know in a future episode. In 1926, it was purchased by J.D. Tucker, who converted the pool with maple flooring, turning it into a ballroom. At some point, the second floor housed a casino, and in the early 1930s, it was bought by Harry Badger, who renamed it the Nat Dine and Dance Palace. It also added a cafe, the Nat Cafe, and the castle design to the front, turning it into a nightclub. In the 1940s, it was bought by William Maddox, who kept it as a nightclub. By the 1990s, it was owned by Jamie and Mike Cabins. And in 94, the U.S. Route 66 6th Street Historic District was added to the National Registry of Historic Places. A plaque had been added in 1996, and it reopened as an antique shop in the 2000s, but later closed. By the 2020s, it was a marketplace owned by Casey Robinson. One of the ghosts most often reported at the Nat is an apparition of a young woman wearing a white dress. I mean, at this point, it's just standard. A young woman in a white dress, I mean, it's just standard. It's standard haunting. I think it's a checklist. It's in that waiting room like you see in Beetlejuice. If you're going to go back to haunt, you must wear the white dress. While she has mostly been spotted meandering through the building, others have seen her with a red spot on her bodice. Apparently, she's screaming in pain. While the source of this woman's spirit is unknown, many have said they've encountered her while pursuing in the antique section. The ghost has been spotted floating around the dance floor, which is still used as a concert venue. Another common claim of paranormal activity stems from a regular cold spot at the top of the stairs. While it isn't said to always be there, the stairwell cold spot has been one of the most regularly encountered oddities throughout the antique mall's operation. I'm thinking the ghosts don't like the antique mall. Workers at the antique mall have sometimes said objects will move or disappear without explanation, only to reappear in strange places, as if the ghosts in the building were trying to trick them or prank them. At other points, whole pieces of furniture have been reportedly been moved around the building with no clear explanation of how or why. Workers have also reported strange sounds throughout the building that they have yet to find the source of. The sounds tend to vary, though some have heard them say they sound like notes from a variety of musical instruments and singing. The Nat has been visited by paranormal investigators previously, and in one instance in 1966, the team tasked with investigating had strange electrical disturbances with their camera, and upon reviewing their audio, captured unexplained sounds of a drum solo. Why not? So, while there is still much mystery remaining about the supposed haunted activity at the Nat, it seems that the dances of the past decades proved lively enough to outlive the dancers themselves. I love that. All right. Glenrio, New Mexico, Texas. We didn't really spend that much time in Texas, did we? It just kind of happens. Anyway, originally a railroad town, the village was renamed from Rock Island to Glenrio by the Rock Island and Pacific Railroad in 1908 and began receiving motorists on the dusty Ozark Trail in 1917. Its original structures were abode buildings, and circa 1910 Angel House was in New Mexico. The Ozark Trail was formed into Route 66 on November 11, 1926, and by the 1930s, the Route 66 was paved. 2-lane roads served locally by several filling stations, a restaurant, and a motel. Of course, the road was widened in the 1950s, and a Texaco station and diner were constructed in Texas using the Art Modern agricultural style. Fancy, there you go. The location of Glenrio on the Texas and New Mexico border led to some interesting business practices. At one point, all fuel was dispensed in Texas due to New Mexico's higher gas prices. And of course, in the 1930s, the State Line Bar and Motel were built in New Mexico because Deaf Smith County, Texas, was a dry county at the time. The railroad station was in Texas. The local post office, built in 1935, was in New Mexico. The water tank and windmill in New Mexico were constructed in 1945. The Joseph Brownlee House, constructed in Amarillo in 1930, was moved to Glenrio in 1950. Glenrio was the site of the first motel in Texas and the last motel in Texas. That Homer Esterman's family run 1953 State Line Cafe and gas station, and the 1955 Texas Longhorn Motel, and closed in 1976. Other businesses were straddling the state line on US 66 for many years, of course, until Interstate 40 bypassed the community in September of 1973. Actually, portions of The Grapes of Wrath from the 1940s movie were filmed in Glenrio. The abandoned Glenrio Motel is scripted in the town Radiator Springs in the 2006 animated film Cars. That's right, you heard it. The Glenrio Motel is what was depicted in the movie Cars. Where the agricultural design of Glenrio's Little Juarez Cafe is used for a vacant abandoned building, which eventually became the Racing Museum. The opening scene from the movie Daylight's End is actually filmed in Glenrio. So, a ghost town that actually has a lot of Hollywood connections, I guess is what I want to say. Come on, guys, you knew that Cars was based around Route 66. You knew that Radiator Springs had to be brought in from something, and it's Glenrio. Now you know. Now I know. Actually, I knew when I read this earlier, but that's a whole different story. On June 25th, 2008, the state of Mexico opened the Glenrio Welcome Center on Interstate 40 at the Texas state line. So they wanted to somehow get some more stuff down in there, but they opened the Welcome Center. The center includes a pet walk, a livestock corral, wireless internet access, a movie theater, and informational kiosks. Built to accommodate 1 million visitors per year. It includes green features such as recycling of gray water for ground irrigation and wind turbines to generate 20% of the center's energy. So there you go. A little bit about Glenrio in New Mexico and Texas. Crazy. You put these little towns right on these state lines, and you can just, well, let's see. I like the laws of New Mexico better than Texas, or Texas better than Mexico. I'm built on this side of the town or that side of the town. I mean, it just makes it more interesting. We ought to do that more often. Although, I'm sure it would get confusing. I know that Kansas City, when you cross over, you can gamble in one state, but you can't gamble in another state. So if you're FanDueling a game or something like that, you have to go to the Kansas side. You can't be on the Missouri side. It is so messed up. But at least you're close enough that you can make that happen. And in this case, if you want cheaper gas, you just go to the New Mexico side, right? Was that New Mexico side? I believe that No, the New Mexico side was more expensive. You had to get it on the Texas side. Yeah, sorry about that. Got it backwards in my head. Buh! All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me going down Route 66. And don't forget to go check out the website, UnitedStatesParanormal.com. Of course, you can also check out GoldenMojoENT.com for all the other podcasts in this amazing empire that we are still trying to create. Every little bit helps. You can go to Kofi, make a one-time donation. You can go join our Patreon or buy some merch from either or website. There's all kinds of cool stuff there. And let me know. Are you enjoying Route 66? The United States of Paranormal at gmail.com. Hit me up. Let me know. All right, guys. Until next week, keep it spooky. And I'll see you on the other side. Thank you for listening to the United States of Paranormal podcast. Check us out at theunitedstatesofparanormal.com, where you can find our Spotlight of the Month, Fan of the Month, and all of our amazing merchandise. Or you can find us on social media at Facebook at the United States of Paranormal, Instagram at the United States of Paranormal, and YouTube at the United States of Paranormal 1795. And don't forget, we are now on Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/2sop.
Please check out the other podcasts in the Golden Mojo Entertainment Network of podcasts. Golden 80s, Indiana Chiefs Fans, Gridiron Kings, Murd Nerds, The Nostalgia Tug, Real Terror, and the Puck Yeah podcast. But you can still find Golden Image Podcast, A Quart of Books and Booze, and The Call Guys, wherever you stream your favorite podcasts.
And if you have a location or a story that you would like for us to check into, please email us at the United States of Paranormal at gmail.com. Please like, rate, and subscribe wherever you listen. Thank you for all of your support. Bye.